Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. It's been a while, but we are back on the Battle of Seelow Heights mod because it has a new start date. So they've added the 6th of March 1945. I tried the April date many times, but I couldn't crack them. So there is hope now that we have an earlier date. Operation Spring Awakening, following the failed Ardennes offensive, has called for a major offensive in Hungary with the aim of securing the vital oil fields in the area, stalling the Red Army offensive towards Vienna. Yeah, I don't think that's quite going to happen, but we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. If you're enjoying the content, please hit the subscribe button and possibly even become a member. It would help the channel out a lot. But let's jump on in. Germany in ruins. Oh, we're back here again, aren't we? I never thought I'd be back on this mod, but here we are. Give us a new date and we'll try it. So, we have got the Operation Hannibal, trying to get the evacuation of the units out. I wonder if this actually does anything anymore, or do we just get the war support and stability? I feel like it should make a port or remove those troops, but as far as I'm aware, it hasn't. I wonder if they've changed that. We'll find out. We've got hold on to Holland. Oh, so the Shattered Wehrmacht negative bonus we can affect by doing some missions. Didn't know that. I may keep all the modifiers on. Is that wise? What do they do again? Not all is yet lost. That's pretty good, but we've only got until April. A Shattered Wehrmacht. So we can get rid of that by missions. That's interesting. ENDSIEG. Defense on Core, Totalen Krieg, that's alright. Good bit of recruitable pop, that's nice. Allied bombing raids, that is awful, but we get it removed if we go below a 1% surrender progress. Okay, interesting. And mass disloyalty, which we can affect as well, I think. That's not too bad. I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep all the modifiers on. We're on Scraping the Battle, Closed Economy, Total Mob. Got Goebbels. Himmler's in there as well. Is there someone better we want? No, we haven't really got anything. We don't have any better Chief of Army or Navy. Air Force is fine though. That's fine. And the other high commands are rubbish. We won't go for. Focus tree wise, it's pretty much all done everything we want, so I think I'll just go for construction repair, because I assume we're going to get bombed to oblivion. Speaking of construction, we've got 87 factories. I'll work out what I want to build in a minute. Research 5 slots. It's pretty up to date, so we want stuff that's going to help us defensively, so let's go for, got mediums, we can get modern tanks. Let's go for the last artillery then, 80 days. We'll take that. We'll take the anti-tank upgrade as well for the piercing. I won't do construction yet, I don't think. We'll go and get... Oh, we'll have that rubber for 300%, 33 days. We'll take that and then we'll do infantry equipment and... Let's go maintenance so we can steal more of the enemy equipment. 108 mils, that's pretty good. So what we building? Everything basically. Whoa, why are we building so many planes? Right, let's have a look. Subs is what we're building navy wise. We'll just continue building subs, that's fine. And then we'll get rid of what do I want to keep? What do I want to keep? Everything, I think, except planes. I don't want basic small, we don't want medium, we don't want that, we don't want that. All I want to be building is a fighter interceptor, really, to help with the bombing. So let's get ME-262. Let's not do what Mr. Hilter did wrong. We are just going to make these fighters. We're not going to have any CAS on them. So I'll just leave the 2 cannons on there, and then we've got enough weight where we can go down to 1 jet engine to remove some production cost. And we'll go drop tanks just because the range is so poor with these jet fighters. And let's get an armor on there as well. That'll be good. That's what we're going to use just to try and contest the air a little bit. Get as many of these as possible. Right, what divisions have we got? Loads. What are they looking like? We're 26th width, aren't they? So let's go and get rid of... This is too big. I ain't going to be able to equip this. Let's get rid of anti-tank. We'll leave artillery. We'll just go down to 21 width. We'll get rid of signal companies and we'll get maintenance in so we can get that equipment being stolen. We'll get anti-tank in as a support because the Russians will have a lot of tanks. And we'll switch that for anti-air. And I think, should we get support artillery in? What to do? Yeah, let's get some more soft attack in. That's what we'll go. Engineers and maintenance company, and then anti-air, artillery, and anti-tank. Tank-wise, I'm going to make some 30 width. I don't want any motorised or anything. I'm just going to get some panzers in. So we'll go 30 width, another artillery in there. Something like that. I think it's going to be okay. We'll get rid of the hospitals for logistics, though. And I think that looks good. We've got some good hard attack and a lot of soft attack. Right, we can have a look at our production now. So we're going to need a lot of guns. We're going to need a bit of artillery. Anti-tank we'll need a little bit, but not too much. Same with anti-air. We'll get some support equipment going. I haven't got any tanks in, so these Panthers will do. I won't change that. That looks pretty good, I think. I'm not too good with the tanks. We'll get them medium tank designers and we'll get some of the Panzers out. So that's our production sorted. Right, I've set up the rest. So we've got fort line being built all along the Rhine. That's got what we're going to hold in the east. I'm going to fall back and lose this territory here. I won't be able to do it and we'll take the Rhine cover. We've got 3 full divisions of infantry on that, so hopefully that'll hold. We've got a few random spare divisions, but they're actually 10 fort, which is weird, so we'll just leave them to die. Going to try and hold the whole front line, I think, to begin with. We seem to have got a fair bit of equipment, and the Soviets aren't exactly that well equipped and that strong looking, so we might be able to. Got a couple of units encircled here. I'm going to see if we can push to that river. We've got this weird beeline up here to Danzig, which is odd. So what I'm going to do is just shorten the front line to Stettin there, and we'll hold the river line here. And hopefully get all those troops out. Königsberg's going to have to hold. We've also got 2 ports being built, so we can try and get some of those troops out. Italy, we're going to try and hold. We've got 1 full army, some mountaineers in there. Again, the Allies don't look too well built up here, so we should be able to hold up in northern Italy. We'll move our 8 Panzer divisions to try and unencircle those troops, and we'll push for the river line, because that is going to be golden for us to hold, I think. Right, the Kriegsmarine I forgot about. So we've got a little bit of a navy, but they'll be doing nothing, I think, apart from we'll obviously get all of the subs. So we've got a few subs, and we'll get them out convoy raiding in the Atlantic and hopefully sink some American supplies. Whoa, our air force is looking all over the place. Let's just get them all into Berlin or somewhere. Yeah, Berlin will do. We'll get them in and we'll reorganise them, see what we got in a second. Right, I've decided I'm going to do it without removing the negative modifiers. If this goes Pete Tong, I will redo it. But I might be able to do it. I might be able to do it with this date. We'll see what we can do. Let's get all the war prop to get that war support up. And we'll also go women in the workforce. And can't do desperate defence. Improve worker condition for some more stability. But we will get stability the missions we pass. Right, let's get going then and see what's going to happen. So they're going to start to push immediately, which is expected. What does our logistics look like? Oh, yeah, we're missing quite a lot of guns. Right, first thing, I need to make sure I get these troops out. So let's make sure we're manually removing them and pushing them out. The Soviets are doing their best to pin them in. The Soviets are pushing everywhere, but the bubbles are looking quite green, and where they're red I think it would change because they are attacking over rivers. Right, our Luftwaffe, we have got a lot of fighters, few close air support. Wow, we've got way more than I thought we were going to have. 4 transports, we'll get rid of them, I don't need them. Right, we'll just split. We've got all the CAS on the eastern front, and then we'll just spread out the rest of the fighters for a bit of interception, hopefully to stop the bombers everywhere else. Let's manually get them back to the Rhine as well. Going to be our major defensive against the Allies. Right, we've left it tick a day, so our equipment's now looking too bad. Bit of infantry, a lot of artillery, a lot of anti-air. We've got tanks. Anti-tank, sorry, and we've got trucks and mechanized. That's good. Hitler visits the front. His final visit, he is talking about new weapons. What are these weapons he can speak of? Oh, is there going to be an event where I get some amazing new weapons? Oh, we do need some resources. So luckily now we can trade with Sweden with a nice path, and they've got... So no convoys needed, and they got loads for us. Right, so we've also got the Battle of Heilbronn, which is this area around Stuttgart. So if we can hold that for 7 days, it modifies the Shattered Wehrmacht. Oh, we're getting some cast damage here. We've got green air for some reason in Czechoslovakia. Everywhere else, they are dominating us. Wow. This is not well. Right, I don't think I can push to the river. They are pushing me too bad. I'm holding the mountains, but I've lost those 2 divisions. They're encircled and died. We've pulled back the rest to the river line, which is good. We'll pull out of Rotterdam as well. We don't want that. Right, 1 completed. So we've held that long enough. We didn't lose the tiles. So that means we should... Yeah, Shattered Wehrmacht has gone down. Good. Let's get this down as quickly as possible. So hold on to Holland for another 39 days. We must make sure we don't lose this river line though. A bit of manualing some troops in and out would be fine. They are looking getting pushed, but it's not too bad. It's all green. I think the Soviets are not doing too much damage. I think this front line is too big though, so I might pull here to Vienna in the mountains and hold a shortened line. We'll just give up Croatia, I think. It's probably best. And then we'll just get a few divisions to hold this sort of mountain line here so Italy doesn't get overwhelmed either. 11 divisions should do it. Operation Hannibal is complete, and it did absolutely nothing as expected. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. A few new missions. We've got Defend Munich. That shouldn't be a problem because no one is anywhere near it. We've got Vienna Offensive, which is fine. We should be able to hold that 7 days and we get more off. We will move our panzers into Vienna just to hold that line, just to be sure. That's the only one I'm a bit nervy of at the moment. Everywhere else is sort of holding. Vienna almost done. We've got Operation Grape Shot, which is just hold this northern Italy. So hopefully we can do that as well. Battle of Berlin. Oh, not all is yet lost was a nice bonus. So that's a bit of a shame. Do we have... No, we haven't got a hold Berlin objective, but never mind. Vienna is 1 more day out. Can we hold on to Vienna? And it's the Führer's birthday as well. How lovely for him. Surviving this long and having a lovely birthday. And just as the Vienna offensive fails. So we get some more off. Holland is done as well, so that's good. So we are down to a small Shattered Wehrmacht. Oh, and if you look now, we've got a Berlin one. But if we complete that, it then turns to the Wehrmacht. And we get massive bonuses. That will get us massively back in business. So if we could just get one of those, we'll be cooking on gas. I've fallen back from Vienna as well because I don't need that anymore. And we will, well, fall back or push back, 2 different things. We will then move the panzers to Berlin just to protect that as well. We don't want to lose that, although we've got longer than the historical date. There's the nice pop-up of the port we've built. So let's get these 26 divisions out. I'll get the 2 panzers converted into our panzer divisions and we'll get them. So we've got 10. We'll get all the normal infantry to fill in on the eastern front. And then the rest of this crap we'll just delete and get the equipment and manpower. We will get our navy out on escort, convoy escort as well, just to help them retreat out of that pocket. Right, defend Munich is done. So we only, well, we don't get any more bonuses, which is a bit annoying. We just get stability and war support. But we get the Wehrmacht, which is org, recovery rate, army, organizational regain, and defense on core, which is good. Casualty wise, 1.2 million to 800,000 of Soviets. That's not brilliant. Fort line is pretty much built, so let's just go and spam all of the anti-air everywhere. Let's stop those bombers as best we can. Right, I think we might be able to punch through, can we? Yeah, Zhukov, you're not doing well there at all. Disappearing, ore's gone. Yes, we can actually push through now. The Soviets have spent so much of their equipment. Right, let's see if we can push down a bit then. Everywhere we push, we'll build some forts on the rivers. The Soviets are just spamming force attack. Look at their equipment just depleting. We'll just sit here for a while then and they can use all their equipment up. We're fine there. We're fine on the western front as well. Oh, one tile there. We just got to keep making sure we shuffle some troops around. To get rid of the Allied bombing raids, we need less than 1%. That's our next aim then, to take back our cores. Soviets at 2.7 casualties now, so that's pretty good. Equipment-wise, have we nicked loads? 3,900, is that it? I feel like they've altered the capture rate because I'm not seeing to be getting any equipment. We're just lacking, we're almost there, we're just lacking a few guns and a few other bits, but we're not too bad. Air we're getting obliterated with, obviously. Holding Norway still, which is good. They don't seem to be naval attacking too much up there. Right, let's see if we can push through. These have got such small equipment and org now. And see if we can get a few little encirclements and deplete the Soviets some more. Push into Dresden. Right, we've got a bit of a pincer movement here. If we can just take this tile. They are force attacking back, but that's just works into our hands. If we could take one of these tiles. Yes, our first encirclement. There is some Soviets going down, which is good. I think we're ready to grab back some land, so I'm just going to go full-on assault because the Soviets seem... I can't see, but they seem very weak. I did let Denmark fall, but we'll push them back. That's not a problem. We've got troops there. We need to get rid of this. Right. I think we'll have to hold for a bit now. We sort of run out of equipment, and we'll let the Soviets attack. They have also been declared on by China, and the communists have joined, so hopefully the Republic of China joins allies. If not, at least they'll have a big distraction for the Soviets. Yes, another little encirclement. We'll crush these troops and then we'll push through and gain back Denmark that I let fall because I wasn't paying attention. Western front is still good. We've pulled out of Italy and we're just holding the Alps line now. Less troops required for that. We'll just blitz our way up through Denmark. They're crumbling now. The Soviets are force attacking again, so we'll just let them lose all that equipment. Denmark is done. We'll just fall in and crush those last few encircled troops. More casualties for the Allies. Very nice. Pretty much done with all the anti-air. We've got a few more tiles from the new points we've taken, but that should mean a lot of CAS is being destroyed. We're at 4 million casualties. 7 million for the Allies. 9.5 million for the Soviets. So we are finally hitting back. Oh wow, that is a big naval invasion in one port. That is not very clever of you, Allies. That is going nowhere, and although it says red, I see a lot of helmets popping. Yeah, that's a lot of US troops there that are just going to get lost in a pointless naval invasion. The Soviets are starting to push us back a little bit tile, but they must be losing so much equipment. If we can now counter and take the river line again, we'll at least be able to hold better. Another little naval invasion, we'll just crush that one. Got our panzers there to clean up any naval invasions, just more allies that they'll have to replace. Right, we're still holding, which is good. We'll just let them keep on attacking. We're into 1948 now. We are missing a lot of equipment though, which we can't seem to make, and we can't seem to capture too much either, which isn't brilliant. Oh, and they've decided to nuke Berlin as well. Brilliant. Thanks a lot. That's going to be a lot more for us to repair. And we've got full anti-air, yet they're still nuking us. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Soviets just throwing themselves at us as usual. We are still losing a few tiles. US have broken our code, which means they'll be attacking. Again, oh, there goes Berlin for a second time. And also, humongous naval invasion. Lucky again, we've got our extremely weak panzer divisions up here, but they don't seem to be able to land. They'll keep losing these. The state of Japan is declared on the Philippines, so they are a democratic nation, and they've declared on the Philippines are in the Allies. Well, that's going to be another distraction for the Allies, which helps us. They've got a few troops, and oh yeah, 100 odd ships. That's not bad. That's another distraction for them. Bit cheesy, I know, but I've been doing the we'll take the port strat and we'll encircle them. I know it's so cheesy, but we are crunching the Soviets down. We've got to do something to get rid of their numbers. 18 million casualties. What are they looking like? They've still got 1 million manpower, which is brilliant. And oh, they've still got another 15 odd million. Yeah, they'll keep replacing them. Right, again, they're weak. We've whittled them down a bit with the cheese method. We'll see if we can now push in and do some more encirclements. We can just crush a few. They will not have enough troops to guard the whole of this border, plus the Chinese front. So the more we can encircle, the more equipment they've got to replace. The manpower's not a problem, but the equipment should be. 22 million they're up to now as well, which is good. That must be a lot of equipment they've lost. Another encirclement. If we can push across here, we can encircle a couple of Bulgarian units by the looks of it. A few more encirclements again. These are more numbers they'll have to replace. This is good. We're pushing all the way across Poland now. Let's see if we can beeline our way up to Danzig. That'll be some nice manpower for us, which we need back. Oh, we might be able to get a big encirclement here. Oh, they've nuked Hamburg as well. We'll ignore that. We'll ignore that. A couple more divisions. We'll push to the river line. Yes, another big encirclement. Look at that. Well, it's not that big, but it's majority of their units. Nice adaptable as well for our Field Marshal. Thank you. And then we'll do a little plan. We'll move in. Nice number of divisions gone again. The Soviet numbers must be very dwindling right now. I've also spent the time mining the sea because I'm hoping that's going to stop the naval invasions. Hopefully. Another nice encirclement there as well. We will just get an offensive line order and we'll let them close that up. But more Soviet divisions. If we can just take this river line, I think this is as far as we're going to push. We've got majority of our corps back, a lot of Poland. We've gone up to Memel and stuff, so as long as we can hold these, we've got some forts being built. We've got a big portion of our land, a lot of manpower. Pretty sure we've got all of our corps. 5% left we need to get rid of that stupid last negative, so I think we need to cross the Rhine, which is going to be rather tricky in my eyes. There's some allies there. Let's get some marines built because that's going to help us cross the river. We'll make some marines and we'll just make them big and chunky and lots of artillery and hopefully push over. Right, there seems to be a bit of a weak point in these two provinces, so that's where we're going to try and jump across, I think, once they're in position. As soon as they stop attacking, we'll counter and jump across. Right, we just got to hold that one place. We'll let them attack, and then as soon as they're deorg, we'll push out and gain more land back from them across. Right, update. I totally stopped the recording and didn't put it back on when I went for a break, so I've missed a few months. Basically what happened is my marines got pushed back over. I cannot cross the Rhine at all. I've lost all my equipment. The Soviets are pushing me back. The Allies are really reinforced. I think I'm done. We're in 1951. I can't get rid of that negative modifier, the Allied bombing, which means I can't make any equipment whatsoever. So I think this is it. I think I'm calling it a day. I might try again if you guys want. I may try it. If I did without the bonuses on, or the neg bonuses, sorry, I will definitely be able to do it, I think. However, I need to possibly hold on to that side of across the Rhine so that I can get rid of that neg. We need to get rid of the Allied bombing. So, yeah, that's it, guys. That's what I'll call it. Let me know what you want me to do next, whether you want me to retry any different ways. Please give it a go as well and let me know how you do. And thanks for watching. Peace out.